Previously on Doki Doki Literature Club's Purist Mod. The back door of the classroom slides open, and he steps back inside. This is just a fun idea I had, you know. Been a while since I've seen a group good chain email go around. I stand up and, oh god, I'm seeing red.
So, then you punched him. I'm giving you a 2-day suspension.
I check my phone. Still nothing. Still no message from Yuri. Where's Yuri?
We thought you would know. She hasn't been here since your suspension.
I know you're worried, but I don't think trying to reach her would do any good. It might stress her out even more, honestly.
Wait.
Ah! Ryan, do you love Yuri or not?
I do love her. Knives. She has a knife collection. Oh god. How could I be so stupid? It really is a text from Yuri asking if she can visit.
Would you like to go out tomorrow together? Graveyard in the park this time tomorrow. Is that alright with you?
That sounds great. I can't think of a more fitting place. I think things will turn out alright. I arrive at the park and take a moment to reassure myself this was all happening. It's a beautiful day outside. The park is tranquil. And nestled somewhere in the trees before me is Yuri, waiting for me in a small secluded graveyard. I vaguely remember noticing the graveyard here on previous visits, but I'd never imagined it would hold such significance now. Well, I better not keep her waiting. A cool breeze rustles the trees around me as I make my way to the graveyard, taking care not to disturb any of the graves. My mind is swirling with the prospect of the meeting before me. It will be the first time Yuri and I have gotten to talk properly since we separated days ago. There's so much I want to tell her, so much I want to apologise for, so many things I want to fix. I just hope we can do better for both myself and for Yuri. I tried to push the tempestuous thoughts back and focus on what's happening and focus on what's ahead. Before too long, I come upon Yuri, right where we had planned to meet. Her tall figure is particularly ethereal with the scenery and soothing winds. She looks at peace, like she could contentedly fade into the landscape and stay here forever. Yuri lights up as she notices my approach. She addresses me as I stand with her among the headstones.
I hope this place is acceptable to you. I doubt many people enjoy spending time in a graveyard.
Her trademark modesty helps set my mind at ease. It's a lovely spot. I don't mind at all.
Yes, I come here when I need a quiet spot. It's very pleasant for reading or thinking.
Just by standing here and taking in the surroundings, I'm inclined to agree. I can imagine. Peaceful, secluded, even calming in a way. Perfect for contemplation. And the
dead are the only company that cannot judge you.
I'm struck by her poignant words. She is right, after all. It makes me wonder just how much she's had to put up with to come up with that.
Do you think it's weird at all, then? To meet up together at a graveyard?
If I'd been asked that question before meeting Yuri, I probably would have said yes. Now, however, it just feels right to be here. I don't think I could come up with a more fitting place for the wallflower, Yuri. Not at all. I think this is a great place. And thank you for sharing this and inviting me here. It clearly means a lot to you. Yuri beams at my affirmation.
I'm glad. I haven't shared this place with many people. It means a lot to me as well, that you think so highly of it.
Yuri pauses for a moment, looking contemplatively. She takes a deep breath. Her eyes meet mine with a renewed vigour.
Ryan, thank you for coming here despite my lack of communication. Having you here today, after everything that's happened, it reassures me.
I smile warmly, in hopes of bolstering her confidence. Of course, how could I say no? And a pang of guilt flares again as I have trouble meeting Yuri's gaze. Don't say it like it's all your fault. If anything, I should have been apologising for poor communication. I should have...
Ryan!
The sudden outburst startles me. I'm unable to finish my statement out of shock before Yuri follows up her interjection.
Please,
Her expression softens in apology.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Since we've met, you've provided me with so much support, and I feel like I never properly reciprocated that support. You stood up for me like no one else has before. Normally, I just duck my head at all the teasing and rumours, but you tried to put a stop to them for my sake. I thought I could handle it all. For a long time, I've typically preferred the company of books to people. The pages that took me away to faraway lands or gripped me in thrilling stories.
Yuri's voice begins to shake.
The pages that don't call you a freak for having a knife collection as a girl. The pages that don't shun you for reading during all your free time.
Yuri.
When we started dating, it was a whole new experience for me. I had never been so close to someone before. I really enjoyed it, but I could not figure out how to express it. I'm sorry, Ryan. You deserve better. Someone who doesn't stumble over their words so much. Someone who won't get you caught up in bullying. Someone who could handle intimacy better.
The sight of Yuri deflating pains my heart. If only she could see how much she's worth. I decisively grab Yuri's hand with both of mine. She looks at me surprised. I find new resolve. Yuri, please don't apologise. Not once have I ever regretted spending time with you. Don't worry about the intimacy or reciprocity. Don't worry about the intimacy or reciprocity or anything like that. It's all new to me too. That's the kind of thing we figure out together, at our own pace. Whatever bumps and hiccups there are along the way, just being with you makes it rewarding. And there are things that I could certainly have done better as well. I'm sorry for trying to keep secrets from you. I thought it would be best for you to never see nasty things like the chain email. But I see now that I was wrong, and you're not much stronger, and that you're much stronger than I am.
But I...
Yuri takes on a somber expression.
I should show you something.
Before I can respond, Yuri begins rolling up her sleeve. On her forearm lay a small assortment of short white scars. Realisation sets in. I feel a pit in my stomach form as I try to formulate coherent words. Are these... Yuri nods. Her expression remains pensive.
They started as an escape when I was younger. I thought that if I could distract myself, the feelings of isolation would go away. The pain was an outlet.
The idea of a desperation intense enough to drive Yuri to self-harm sends chills down my spine.
But it did not end here. It became more than a distraction. I have difficulty getting close with others. It was no different back then, either. I would often find myself overeager in sharing my interests when attempting to make friends. I do not blame others for being weirded out. Few shared an interest in my favoured books. I don't know if I ever got to mention my knives, but I'm sure that would have creeped them out some more. My distraction turned into a sort of punishment, a chastisement for my failures. I was sabotaging my own chances at friendship. I got overexcited. I shared too much, too quickly. So I hurt myself more and more. Recompense. Excitement only brought me trouble. I was sure to ruin the situation at hand whenever I got overwhelmed.
My heart sinks as I realise there is still more to the story. Yuri casts her eyes aside.
I wanted to stop there. I really did. But something was nagging at me all those times. It was small at first. a siren song, whispering to me that I needed more, that the blade should never leave my arm. I realised...
Yuri pauses to gather herself.
I realised that I got a certain high from cutting. I don't know how, but it took hold of me. Seeing my blood flow and feeling the cold steel go into my skin, all while remembering my own failures.
I inwardly winced at the imagery, but I can't fault her for Yuri, not now.
Now, whenever I find myself drawing particularly close to someone, or I'm reminded of how much I awkwardly fumble, the urge grows. I hate it, and yet I depend on it. I feel powerless against it.
I recall a raccoon poem, and how when we worked on the festival decorations, she had her sleeve rolled back. The grim pieces all started to fall into place.
I don't want to live like this, but I can't tear myself away. Even now
Yuri's voice strains.
I'm just a freak. Ending up like this.
My words fail me as I stand there, stunned by Yuri's reveals. To think she had a past and present like this.
When some people see scars like these, they use them as another reason to belittle others. So I wear long sleeves all the time.
She takes a deep breath.
I haven't told anyone else about these scars. If you want to leave, I understand. They are an unsightly after all.
Silence hangs in the air. I'm desperately trying to think of what to say, to offer anything to Yuri. Here she is, revealing her past to me. And now is when I draw a blank? Not now. Please, any time but now. Find the right words. Nothing. What is wrong with me? Yuri forces a weak smile.
Well, thank you for listening, Ryan. I am sorry to have gotten you caught up in so many ugly things. I'll take my leave now.
She turns and starts to walk away. Is this how it ends? She just walks away? No, I can't let it. Yuri, wait! I call out without knowing exactly what I'm going to say, but I'll figure something out. Sayuri opened up about her problems with me, then I failed as a friend. I can't afford to fail another person dear to me. I finally work on setting things right with my words this time. Yuri turns back in surprise. Yuri, nothing you've told me makes me want to turn away. Believe me. I admire you a lot, Yuri. I should have told you earlier. I try and imagine myself in your position, and I don't know if I can do what you do. Your confessions about your tendencies... I gulp as I gather the words appropriate for the gravity of the subject. I can't imagine that's easy to confess. And thank you for the trust you put in me. It means a lot to me. Beyond that, just seeing the way you do things, it just makes me like you that much more. In the face of harassment of your hobbies, or your mannerisms, you haven't given up. You have kept your passions despite all that. You could have tried acting different, or finding new interests, but you didn't. Do you remember the festival? I remember standing around like some kind of moron. It was you that asked me to hold your hand. You had the courage to approach me like that. That all is why I find encouragement from you. You have a bravery that I don't. Yuri's voice begins to quiver.
You really mean all that? Even with...
She trails off, but I draw closer. I do. I love reading with you. I love sharing poetry with you. I love spending time with you. It makes me really happy seeing you enjoy yourself, you know? And hey, who cares what others think that you have a knife collection? I think it's really cool that you have one.
But why?
Why?
How do you enjoy my company so much?
I feel my heartbeat quicken. I know how I feel now. Well, It's because I love you, Yuri. Tears begin to cloud Yuri's eyes.
But I...
I offer an embrace to Yuri. She accepts. Oh, that image. It sounds like the tears are in full force. Hearing her cry like this, I'm having a hard time keeping my own composure, but I have to try.
Aren't I just a freak? I don't know if I deserve love like this.
Yuri, that's nonsense.
I'm an obsessive freak who harms herself because she has no other way to deal with her problems. I'm too weak to stop despite how badly I keep trying to. Not only that, I don't know how to express myself to people without weirding them out. I broke up with you even though you were so nice to me. I didn't talk to you or anyone for days. How can you still love me after everything?
Hearing Yuri like this stings. The words from Natsuki and Sayuri come back to me. Now more than ever, I want to say the right thing. I don't quite know how I managed to articulate everything in this situation, but... Yuri, I just told you how, didn't I? We all have our highs, and we all have our lows. The low points can feel awful, but they don't define us. They're just points. We work on making it past them. I realised that when you broke up with me, it was because you didn't want me getting hurt by association with you. But you don't have to do that, alright? Just being with you, it makes the words of any harasser meaningless. Please, it's okay to think of yourself at times. I know you can keep yourself going, but you don't have to bear it all yourself. I don't want to force support on you or anything, but I should have said this earlier, and I apologise. You've been there for me, and now it's my turn to be there for you. If you're feeling down or troubled, I'm here if you want someone to talk to, someone to lean on. Just whenever you feel like you need it, I'm here. Can I also just appreciate that this artwork is great. This is brilliant. Whoever did this, good on you, because this is such a good drawing of him.
Ryan!
Yuri hugs me tighter. Words come through the sobs.
Even though I harm myself and I just don't want to hurt myself anymore or cause worry for others.
Hearing Yuri like this makes it hard to hold back my own tears. Yeah, even then. And you know, that's why we have others. People we can rely on, right? I have my own problems too. I've lashed out at people and I think it wouldn't hurt getting more direction in my life either. But we don't have to tackle everything today. We can help each other, gradually. We can work together on these things, right? And beyond that, I'm sure there are others who would listen to us should we need it. We can go one day at a time. Yuri, if you'll still have me, I won't give up on you. If you need anyone, I want to be the support that I've failed to offer before, because you've already helped me. I want to be there for you. A breeze blows. We stand there together, the silent moment only punctuated by the occasional sob.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
I feel a wetness on my cheek. At first, I think it's from Yuri's tears, but no. It's my own tears I feel rolling down my face. Here we are, two high schoolers crying over our emotions in a graveyard, trying to figure things out. I bring an arm to my face in an attempt to wipe away my own tears when I'm surprised by an interruption.
It's alright to cry, Ryan. This is a moment that warrants such, is it not?
Oh look, oh it's changed. It's changed now, she's smiling. Ah! Oh my god, I love this. I smile at her logic and quietly agree between sobs. Thus we stand together for a moment longer. Ah. Eventually, we regain our composure and break from the hug. For a moment, we just look at each other, mutually unsure on what to say next.
One day at a time. I like the sound of that.
Yuri wrings her wrist, seemingly unconsciously.
If we could be together again, like the way things were, that would make me really happy. And I promise I'll communicate with you more should something arise. And I'll stick to more proper applications for my knives. Just, I don't think I'm ready to tell the rest of the club about it.
You don't have to if you don't want to. I'll roll around the idea in my head a bit to ensure it sounds right. If needed, we can seek a professional. Is that alright? Yuri ponders for a few seconds before nodding in agreement.
Yes, that's alright. I'll work hard on controlling myself better as well. And being a better listener.
Oh, that's me. And being a better listener. Yuri nods and smiles encouragingly. So, pick up where we left off then?
Yes. That sounds wonderful.
We stand once more. Even though we both agree to it, it seems we weren't exactly sure how to pick things back up. We take a step closer, tentatively. And then another step. We're close. I can feel her breath on mine. My heartbeat accelerates once more. We both lean in slightly, closer and closer. I close my eyes in anticipation. Our lips gingerly meet. It was only for a second, but it was like time had stopped for that 1 second. We had kissed. Yes! Yes! We did it! I lean back, open my eyes, and realise we're both grinning like idiots. Maybe things would be alright after all. Hey, Yuri?
Huh?
Thanks for inviting me out here. Yuri returns to her familiar reserved demeanour.
Of course. It was my pleasure.
Yet again we stand, no words appropriate for the occasion. It really is a beautiful day today. After a moment, Yuri offers me her hand. I oblige with much more confidence than I had the last time this situation arose.
Shall we be off then?
Sure thing. We begin walking together out of the graveyard.
Oh, Brian?
I pause for Yuri's inquiry. What is it?
I appreciate how you stood up for me at school and all, but I just do not wish for another confrontation like that. Should that boy taunt us again, I would prefer a non-violent response, is all. I think it would be better for us overall.
The thought alone of just seeing that smug-mouthed breather again irks me, but Yuri is right. Yeah, sure thing. If Yuri has things she's going to work on, then I should too. We match smiles, and we match smiles at the reassurance and continue on our way out of the park. I'm sure we have a lot to figure out ahead of us. The first of which probably being getting the literature club back on track. But we can address that later. For now, we're content to just enjoy the moment. A short distance to catch our breath after all the turbulence. I'm optimistic. Now, I think things really can work out after all. It's the first day back at school since Yuri and I had our graveyard rendezvous. The school day has ended, and the first time in a while, every member of the literature club is present. It's a scene I had sorely missed. There was much celebration upon Yuri's return. A hole in the club was finally restored. And just like that, the club resumed its activities. It almost felt like nothing had really happened, like the past week was just an empty gap in time. Everything feels right again.
Thank you for sharing your poems, everyone! Another successful meeting for the Literature Club! I'm looking forward to seeing what you all will prepare for tomorrow!
As usual, Monika's leadership keeps the club running smoothly. Natsuki and Sayori soon make their leave. I catch Natsuki's eyes as she head out. She nods and smiles at me, which I hope means, looks like you did alright. I'm about to ask Yuri if she wants to leave when I remember something I still want to know. Hey, Monica. On the day of the festival, I recall that you basically set me up me and Yuri. Monica taps her chin in mock thinking gesture.
Oh, did I know? I guess you could spin it like that. What, are you not happy about it?
No, don't get me wrong. I really appreciated it. I scratched my head. I just wanted to know why, I guess. Monica puts on her trademark grin without skipping a beat.
Well, we all need a little push from our friends once in a while, don't we?
I notice Yuri trying to hide a sheepish grin. Yeah, I guess we do. Thank you, Monica.
Don't mention it. I'm just always looking out for my club members, that's all.
Monica soon departs as well, leaving Yuri and I as the only ones remaining in the club room.
It's nice being back in the club.
Well, it sure is nice having you back. Everyone missed you. A frown of doubt flickers on Yuri's face.
I caused all sorts of worries, didn't I?
I put my hand on Yuri's shoulder. No one's going to hold a grudge against you, Yuri. Things happen and everyone understands you're taking some time for yourself. We're all just glad to see you here again. Me especially. Yuri's smile is thankfully restored.
I'm fortunate to have such a wonderful friends in my life then.
And I'd say we're equally as lucky to have you.
Well, I must be the most fortunate to have a boyfriend like you.
Damn, she's got me this time. I'm left grinning like an idiot without a response. Yuri laughs softly. She knows she got the upper hand on me there. I make a mental note to myself to get her back at some point. For a moment, there is silence. It's not just an awkward silence, but a rather comfortable. Just a short time to appreciate each other's company. It's nice. Unfortunately, I figured that I need to break it at some point. Say, want to go to the bookstore later this week? I hear there are some new releases I think we'd both like.
I'd love to. I will let you know when I'm available.
I don't know if the novelty of going out with Yuri will ever wear off, but it's a nice feeling. Great, I'll see you then. Our lips meet for a brief goodbye kiss. I bid Yuri farewell. I begin to make my way out of the club room. Suddenly, I'm cut off by a fist banging on the open door, followed by a student blocking the doorway. A pit forms in my stomach as I realise it's the blonde cretin that I punched before. God damn it. Ah! If I never saw his face again, it would be too soon. Why is he here now?
Sup, lover boy?
I look back at Yuri, her eyes widen in alarm, but she says nothing. I turn back to my harasser. I realise from some murmurs outside that he's probably brought some of his posse with him. What do you want? He snorts.
Huh? What do I want indeed? Well, since you so lovingly gave me this gift last time...
He points to the fading welds from where my punch landed.
I just thought I'd return the favour in some way.
I was already suspended while you got off scot-free for your email stunt. What more do you want?
Well, I was just having a little harmless fun with my pals when you had to go and make it personal.
He cracks his knuckles.
Your little sucker punch got me good last time. Had to get the principal involved because you got the drop on me. But now...
His face twists into a sneer.
It can be just the two of us. Mano y mano. You agree it'll be more fair if we're both ready from the start, yeah?
Given the group outside the classroom, I'm doubtful of his claims that he'll live up to his word.
Of course, if you don't want to face me properly, you can go.
I tilt my head while wearing a confused scowl. Come again?
Yeah, you two lovebirds are free to just waltz out of here if you prefer. Of course, we've got a hot new round of emails to send out.
I can feel my blood begin to roil in anger. I clench my fists unconsciously.
A blow to the head might knock it out of me, though.
After this statement, another student steps behind him. I notice they're holding a phone in front of them, probably filming us.
I bet the principal will love to see that, even. I'm even feeling charitable today. I might feel like giving up on the emails without a fight. If you beg and grovel on the ground in front of me, or anyway, then I might be so inclined to just forget this all happened. Wouldn't that be nice?
He got me backed into a corner here. His snide grin only grows wider as he sees me mentally wrestling with my options. I look back to Yuri again. She's shaking, eyes wide. I think back to what she asked of me this weekend. Use my words, huh? How effective would that be here, though? If we walk out, Yuri gets more ugly emails spread about her. I don't think I can bear seeing more abuse aimed at her. If I fight this guy, he might finally shut up, but they're recording this. I can't imagine this would fly with the principal. They'd probably edit or remove all the guys taunting too, so I'd look like the instigator. Hell, I got lucky last time. Could I even take this guy in a straight fight? He's around my size, but I'm sure if I beg, they'd film that and spread it around too. Damn it all, what do I do? Well, got something to say? Or would you rather let our fists do the talking? Well, I know exactly what I need to do here, because Yuri doesn't want me to do any fighting. And, like I said, I'm just going to get in trouble. They're filming the fighting anyway, so you know what? I'm going to be the bigger man, take the higher ground. So I'm just going to use the words. No, I won't let them get to me. Yuri's right. Not to mention, I told her I wouldn't snap again. I wish this bastard would just disappear, but I can't give him what he wants. I think I know what would really throw him for a loop. I'll take a deep breath and level my eyes with my harassers. Yeah, I'm sorry for hitting you like that. It was wrong for me to attack you.
Ha! I thought you'd say that... Wait, what?
I wave Yuri over. Come on, Yuri. These guys aren't worth our time. Let's go. I'm still angry, but I can't let these asshats see that. Yuri quickly nods and stands by my side. I take her hand in mine and make towards the classroom exit. The blonde boy is stunned and is having trouble forming a proper sentence.
You really just... Huh?
He visibly starts losing his cool.
That's it? That's really it, asshole?
Well, I guess it is. Two of the boys' cronies tried to block our way. What are you doing? Let me through. You realise I've got my own phone and I have been recording this entire conversation, right? That was a bluff, of course, but it was such a gutsy move that they seemed to believe it and ran away without a word, hoping to not be associated with this, or at least didn't want to take any risks.
You're bluffing, idiot! Stupid moron!
His bluster sounds less and less composed. You really think so? I guess you want to keep digging that grave deeper, huh? It's not so hard to act tough when you're faking it. As it turns out, lucky for me, I suppose. I'll send out more emails! Yeah, he said that.
Even more than I had planned. You're gonna have to wade through so much shit that the rumours are going to follow you for decades from now. This is gonna last forever, you moron! You want that?
The boy tries one last time to block my way. It's over, dude. I don't care about any of this anymore. Just stop trying to bother us and I'll stop bothering you.
You!
He deflates as he realises his threats don't hold weight anymore. He offers little resistance as I motion to him to step aside. Even he seems to be getting tired of this.
This isn't over! Just you wait!
I don't even bother giving him a second glance as Yuri and I walk hand in hand to the school exit. I like to imagine his mouth was hanging open in shock. Once they're all out of earshot, I check in with Yuri. Sorry, that was selfish of me, wasn't it? Now they're going to send out more ugly emails. I'm a bit surprised when I see Yuri smiling warmly.
No, that was the right thing to do. Thank you for listening, Ryan. Sure, it was tempting to lash out at him.
Yeah, it was, but... Are you sure you're alright with this?
Absolutely. I believe you told me something akin to, it doesn't really matter what they think of us or what we do, right?
Yeah. I did say that, didn't I?
I thought I was the only one who was working on apologising less.
I feel my face flush. She got me again. Yuri and I sit in the graveyard at the park with our newly bought books in the bag nearby. It's the end of another school week. Our first one since getting back together. Yuri delicately selects a book from the bag.
How about In the Stranger's Grove?
Sounds great. Yuri nods in satisfaction, and we assume our familiar joint reading positions. We place the book in our laps due to the lack of desk, but it otherwise works the same. We start reading together. The only sound we produce is the turning of pages as a steady pace. I lose track of time in the tranquility. I'm so absorbed in reading that I'm startled when Yuri pipes up.
Did you see the set of emails going around this week?
I had been hoping this wouldn't come out. I just wanted an afternoon to relax with Yuri and forget about school troubles, but I guess this was unavoidable. Yeah. Guess that guy kept his word, huh? Yuri nods, bearing a neutral expression.
Yeah, he did.
The slightest grin forms on Yuri's face.
Although, it is slightly amusing to see what he came up with about us.
I mentally review what the newest rounds of emails contained. Yeah, guess he was so desperate this time. Man, if people believe this stuff. I shake my head, knowing full well that some people certainly still would. Do the emails bother you at all, Yuri? She pauses to consider her response.
Do they bother you?
You can't just turn the question like that. Never mind. I sigh as I plan out my own response. They still kinda do, but if we're being honest, that someone is trying so hard to put us down. But I've got you, as well as the rest of the literature club. I think I'll manage. We don't need to be scared of the words of a hothead and his lackeys. Yuri leans in closer.
I'll manage too then.
I put an arm around Yuri, who matches my move. It's less convenient for reading, but I think we both prefer this position. We resume reading, the pace returning to what it was before. I notice that Yuri's left sleeve has fallen back enough to reveal scars. Yuri notices this as well, but she doesn't pull her sleeves back up. She keeps them visible as she speaks once again.
I think I'm going to start looking for a therapist.
She faces me with a quiet confidence.
I'm ready now.
I'm surprised, but mostly relieved. Yuri, that's great. Do you need any help looking for one, or?
I'll let you know if I do. Thank you.
Of course. I can see Yuri is already becoming more sure of herself. Spending time with her like this, it reminds me of how thankful I am that I can be with her. It's hard to put the book down, but we eventually reach a stopping point. Yuri puts the book back in the bag, and we stand up.
Shall we be off?
Yeah. We join hands and exit the graveyard, new books in tow. Yuri told me that I should be the one to take them home. I had a good day today, Yuri. Book shopping, reading here. It was really nice. Yuri smiles warmly.
I'm glad. I enjoyed today too. We should do this again sometimes.
Absolutely. An idea came to my mind. I'll get her this time. You know, Yuri, I'm lucky to have you in my life. Yuri blushes at the surprise compliment.
Well, I'm even luckier to have you.
I expected something like this, but the warmness spreading across my face betrays me. We're left goofily smiling at each other as we walk together. I guess this one's a draw. The school year goes on. I feel like a full-blown member of the literature club now, all the more with Yuri at my side. Yuri continues to grow and stay true to herself, any public opinion be damned. I too can say I'm doing better for myself. I've kept my outbursts under control, and I can say with confidence I've found a place where I belong. We're never directly confronted by the bullies group again. They stick to emails among other minor things, but even that dies down. Or maybe Yuri and I just ignore it more and more. It doesn't really matter. Right now, we have each other, and that's what's important. We can continue to grow together and overcome challenges, and we can talk to each other, whether life is easy or hard. We can work and figure things out, one day at a time. Yay! Oh, hello, Monica.
What? You want me to comment on what you've done? Here's some sort of congratulations? Maybe you want to hear some praises about making Yuri happy. It's still only one of them. Besides, it won't last. You and I are well aware that this is only a mod. Someday... What else is there to say? You saved Yuri, didn't you? She's getting help and has a pillar to stand on when all those nasty rumours come around. You two will run along, holding hands, reading books together, the whole thing. Or so the game says, anyway. Really, though, what's up with all the kids at this school? Jeez. What school did we enroll into to have all these kinds of people? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter to you. After all, you're happy with Yuri. Is there anything left for me to say, though? Not that it really matters in the end. Don't let me keep you from being happy. Do what you want.
And here we are, guys. We did it! We got the girl! Yeah, Yuri! Oh, man. I'm so glad. I'm sad that this is over in a way because I've been enjoying the story and enjoying my time with Yuri. But a part of me is like, thank God I can finish this and stop editing every day and pulling my hair out to this. Ah! But yeah, guys, Doki Doki Literature Purist mod. The Yuri route is complete. And that concludes... I guess this would probably be a season 1 if I was going to do all the other routes down the line as well. But, nah. Doki Doki Literature Purist mod is complete! And so, guys, we reached the end of story mode. That's another series done and dusted. Woohoo! I'm finishing the series that I started. Yes! So, yeah, guys, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to end this episode right here, folks. Oh, and I love the music. This music is great. I'm loving this music. Props to the guys. Props to the guys that did the Yuri mod. I'm surprised I didn't get any credits for the Yuri bit. I'm guessing I'm going to get end credits when I finish with all the other girls and finish all of that as well. But I'm happy. I am happy with the work that I've done. And Yuri being in the front cover as well. Oh, girl. Best girl. You deserve it. Having your own little spot there. But yes, guys. This concludes this series and the video. And if you liked what you're seeing here, folks, then you know where that subscribe button is. And because the YouTube gods demand it, you better ding that bell. But until next time, guys, keep smiling, keep laughing, keep enjoying life to its fullest. And that's the bottom line. Because Runedom Studios said so.